So I think it's pretty obvious at this point, especially with Disney. Um, Even when they do wrong, they can do no wrong. You have people out there with Disney's massive dick so far down their throat that they are just ready to accept and willing to accept anything. And if you say anything that goes against the grain or whatever they don't like, they'll just accuse you of being a phobus or ism, or in this case, review bombing. So we see this all the time with especially Disney, whether it be, Disney Marvel or just Disney in general. They come out with a subpar, terribly written product, and then when people don't like it, it gets accused of being review bombed. Now, I'm not saying review bombing doesn't happen, but then there's also positive review bombing where those people were like, oh my God, look at all the review bombers. So then they'll go in, and even if they haven't watched it, oh my God, this is the best fucking thing ever. This character, strong black woman, is something we all should strive to be. She is a great role model for all girls all over the world. The show and the acting 100% amazing. They go, so you have, clash of the bombs essentially. But this is what they do. This is the shield they put up. If someone doesn't like their product, instead of taking accountability for it and responsibility, they know that there are people out there with their, again, just so far down that, and I have a, we'll just talk about this first and then I'll kind of bring it up. So Ironheart audience scores Plummet as mainstream media cries review bombing again. Another Marvel series, another media meltdown. This time it's Ironheart caught in the crosshairs or the crossfire. Crossfire! Crosshairs of what outlets like Screen Rant are calling a review bombing campaign. What is that? Is that really what's happening here? Or is the term just another convenient shield? That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's nothing more than a shield for them to hide behind. Because why hold the company responsible? Or, it's like the company doesn't even care anymore. They know that they can do literally whatever they want. And you're going to have people just like, oh, leave big company alone. So why would they even try? Which, again, we'll get to that in a second. Because it's basically perfect representation. Is that really what's happening? Or is it just, or is it a term, just another convenient, or is the term just another convenient shield every time audiences reject a Disney-backed product? Ironheart, which stars Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, debuted on Disney Plus with a 3-episode drop on June 24th. Within hours, Rotten Tomatoes showed a dismal 32% audience score, a figure so low that it sparked immediate accusations of coordinated hate. Outlets like Screen Rant have predictably started pushing the same playbook we've seen many times. There's one Cosmic Marvel, not a channel, a profile, whatever, on Twitter comes out. They're like, oh, people are review bombing it. This is what they do. Instead of accepting that maybe the show just isn't good, they accuse people of review bombing it. Say that, they just don't like strong black females. I'm sorry. Storm is Marvel as well. She's a strong black female, and people have no fucking problem with her. So go on, what's another excuse? We clearly don't have a problem with Storm, who is basically the leader of the X-Men at this point. She's black, she's strong, an Omega level mutant, so people love her. What's the excuse? Well, people just hate some strong black females but love others. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. But these people who like to think that they're intellectuals don't think of shit like that. Sadly, Ironheart has been subjected to review bomb campaign, but MCU fans are fighting back. The fact that the newest MCU show hadn't even aired before earning negative reviews illustrates an unscrupulous. Thought it like I was looking at it and it looked like the L transformed into an I. I'm like, wait, am I seeing things? Did they spell it wrong? No. Yeah, unscrupulous efforts to harm the show for reasons that have escaped very few. Right, because everyone is just hating on the black female, not the fact that it's once again, hey, look, it's Tony Stark, but strong black woman. She can do everything Tony Stark can do, but better because she's a strong black woman. It's kind of like with Rey. Hey, look, she can do everything Anakin and Luke was able to do, but better because she's a strong, powerful woman. People are tired of the strong, powerful boss woman, girl boss type figure. They don't have to earn anything anymore. They don't have to train hard. It's like with Star Wars. We got to see, even though Anakin was his whole body freaking midichlorian galore, he still had to train. He still had a training montage. Luke, given that he's the son of Anakin, also, close to the Force, but he had to train. Rey comes in like, hey guys, look what I can do. Never used a lightsaber before. Nope. She's good at that too. People are tired of that crap. We see characters like Anakin and Luke have to train to master the Force, and this bitch just comes in and she's like, hey guys, don't worry, I can handle this. It's the same thing with these in Marvel. You see these characters come in to replace, in this case, Riri Williams. It's like, hey, look, I'm Tony Stark, but I'm a black woman instead. I can do everything he can, but better because I'm a strong, powerful, independent woman. And people are tired of it. People are tired of the girl boss. They really are. So, maybe people are just tired of shit writing. I don't know. Is that a possibility? Disney? People on, Screen Rant, and anything else? Is that a possibility that maybe people are just tired of shit writing? This whole anything you can do, I can do better because I'm a strong woman. I mean, is that a possibility? But to suggest that all the show's poor reception stems from the early spike is a media deflection. Once the show aired, many genuine viewers expressed valid criticism, and instead of acknowledging that, the press doubled down on the idea that fans simply can't be trusted. The implication is clear. If you give Ironheart a low score, your opinion doesn't count because it couldn't possibly be sincere. From rotten to redemptive to rotten again. According to the same Screen Rant piece, fans began fighting back by flooding the platform with positive reviews. Ironheart's Rotten Tomatoes score jumped from 32 to 70% before quickly falling off again and hitting around 60% as of this writing. But that doesn't mean viewers suddenly started enjoying it. Over on IMDb, the show currently sits at 4.3 out of 10, with the majority of ratings being either 1 or 10 star. Middling, honest reviews are almost non-existent. This is imbalanced. It's not perfectly balanced. Thanos would be ashamed. This isn't a perfectly, I was about to say perfectly balanced, as all things should be. This isn't a balanced audience weighing in. It's a tug of war between extremes. The result, artificial inflation in the name of justice. I have become justice. I know another man who became justice. He strived to become justice. He strived to become the god of the new world. The review bombing boogeyman returns. And I'm Mr. Oogie Boogie. This isn't the first time we've seen this narrative play out. The moment a Disney project underperforms with general audiences, particularly in the lead, if the lead character is a woman or a person of color, the media, review bombing, you guys, reflexively shouts review bombing. It happened with the Akashite, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, and now Ironheart. And it's not just those. Pretty much anything that Disney does. It doesn't have to be a woman of color or a woman. Pretty much everything gets reviewed bombed now or criticized because it all sucks. Because again, they don't care. Because they know they've got people defending them. So why take accountability and responsibility for your poor writing when you can just hide behind people? Um, each time the negative reactions are framed not as genuine feedback, but as bad faith attacks by faceless trolls. The possibility that the show might simply not be very good is never even considered, because why would it be? It also reminds me of that Principal Skinner meme about the being out of touch or whatever. No, it's definitely the kids. It's that it's like they don't want to take responsibility, so it's like, oh well, is it me? No, it's definitely them. Um, but this pattern raises a bigger question: why are certain platforms so quick to defend these shows? Why do their numbers keep shifting so drastically? Love the that's the thumbnail right there. The answer might lie in Rotten Tomatoes itself. The site has long been criticized for its opaque scoring system and its cozy relationship with major studios. Rumors persist that the platform alters or delays the publication of negative audience scores, particularly during opening weekends. Uh, when a $200 million franchise installment is tanking, a sudden burst of five-star reviews tend to coincidentally follow bad press. Critics are often accused of inflating their scores, and user reviews are labeled toxic or fake unless they align with the approved narrative. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, scores that reflect actual sentiment, like those on IMDb, or even better on critic lists, tell a very different story. On critic lists, a new and growing platform designed to reflect pure audience opinion without editorial interference, Ironheart currently sits at 12% audience score. Got a heinous, and then bogus. The number isn't inflated by last minute campaigns or hidden behind a critic firewall. It's just raw data. We like it raw. So raw. It's fucking raw. It's just raw data from real people, and it flies in the face of the media narrative trying desperately to spin Ironheart as another misunderstood gem. The truth is, if a show was genuinely beloved, it wouldn't need PR reinforcement, review shields, or coordinated fight back campaigns. It would speak for itself. Yeah, but it's not good, which is why everyone and their mother comes out to keep sucking off Disney. The audience would rally behind it naturally, and that's not what's happening with Ironheart because audiences just aren't connecting with it. Final thoughts. The term review bombing. There goes my remote, my control. Yeah, lost its meaning. The go-to thing, and when fails, things fail to resonate. Platforms like critic lists are rising popularity because they bypass the spin. They don't protect studios; they reflect fans. So Disney is basically at a point where they could do something like this. Hang on. Something like this. So this is the episode of South Park You're Getting Old. Really, really good episode. So the whole premise is that Stan's had his birthday, and all the things he used to like, whether it's something he's watched or eaten or whatever, it all looks, sounds, and tastes like shit. So the boys, he's there, I think at like Denny's or something by himself, and he sees the others walking by, and they've told him like, oh well, we're feeling sick today or whatever the excuse was. But then he sees them walking by and realizes that, hey, they're not sick. So he goes out to confront them and he basically just says, hey, why'd you guys, did you think that maybe I want to hang out? He's like, no, Stan, you're annoying now. That they were going to go see a movie. He's like, let me just come along. So they go to the movie and, got the previews and everything. Like, we got Jack and Jill. And this is what Stan sees. This is not what the boys see, but this is what Stan is seeing. Um, and then we get to, the movie with Jim Carrey with the penguins, and the penguins are replaced with shit. Um, and of course, this is again, you know, even Cartman's getting pissed off at this. Like, Stan, stop it. You know, you said you weren't going to do anything. You said you weren't going to do this. It's like, how can I can't help it. How, you know, how do you guys not see that this is shit? And then we've like that. But at this point, basically Disney rated R for pirates. Disney could do something like this, and there are people who are so deep on that Disney cock that they will look at this and defend it. Disney could come out with a movie where it's literal shit, and people will defend it. And they will say you're just review bombing it, and you're just being a phobis and ism. Because why would Disney have to take responsibility? They know that there are people who are going to defend them, so they could come out with something like this and know that people are still going to defend them. So they have no reason to make things better. And it has nothing to do with who's leading the movie or the show, because once again, there are plenty of movies that have come out from Disney that don't have female leads, and they still bombed, and people still called them out. It could be a straight white guy, and guess what? It's still going to get review bombed if it's bad. So maybe Disney needs to stop. Maybe these people need to take Disney's cock out of their mouths and actually hold them accountable and say, hey, Disney, we can only defend you for so long, but when you have one show after another, or one product after another, after another, after another, after another, some of which are led by straight men, straight white men, and they're still being bombed, maybe it's not review bombers or, you know, insincere takes or anything. Maybe you're just telling a terrible story that people don't like. I mean, can we get to that point where these people are sincere and just opening up to Disney, or are they gonna just sit there and defend actual shit? Because that's what it seems like. They're defending actual shit. Because every time something goes wrong, every time they come out with a bad product, these people immediately come out review bombing. Oh, you're just a bunch of phobes and isms. Far-right extremists, MAGA supporters, because no one on the left or in the middle would dare come out and speak and have criticism about something, right? They're just going to blindly go along with it. They're just going to like, oh, yes, it was amazing. Again, these people like to think they're so fucking smart, and yet they're incapable of comprehending that people just don't like it. On every side. They think that, oh, this person votes the same way as me, so they must like it, right? But then that person's like, no, I don't like it. And then that person gets accused of being a far-right extremist or a phobistanism. The people who think they're intelligent are actually the dumbest motherfuckers because of how close and narrow-minded they are. So there's no, again, if there is, it's happening on both sides. You got review bombers and then the positive bombers. The one's like, oh my god, this shows the tits. It is the best fucking thing I've ever seen. Strong black females. I just love watching them as I watch my wife get pounded by her boyfriend and sitting in the corner. So you've got two sides, but among those, mostly are genuine concerns like, why is this show so bad? You've got a show with a strong, powerful woman who's Tony Stark, but everything, you know, but better. You have a villain in the form of Slug, who in the comics is a big, very large, fat white man. And because we got a pander, Slug is now a black drag queen. And people are like, yeah, I can see what's happening. And they don't have a clue. So people are not stupid. Disney seems to think that everyone is stupid, and they'll just be like, oh yeah, Disney. Oh yeah, keep shoving that shit in my fucking face. Like Cartman's mom. Dude, it's a lady getting pooed on. Is it Cartman's mom? Holy shit, it is Cartman's mom! But at this point, companies, whether it be Hollywood or gaming companies or comic book companies, they don't have the need to change because they know people are going to defend them. And we've got stuff like this with Disney. Employees are being laid off left and right. Why? Because Disney isn't making money. And instead of accepting the fact that they're putting out poor, terrible, subpar products, let's just keep blaming the fans. Not the writing staff that's not original anymore. Let's not blame the countless remakes that we're getting now. The lack of any real good creative original content. No, it's the people. It's the consumer. While this fucking jackhole gets a raise. I'm sorry, that many people getting laid off and you're getting a raise? Tell me, sir, what have you done to deserve a raise? But yeah, it's at the point where maybe they just need to accept responsibility. I think fans would probably at least respect them a little bit if they did. The people who are just constantly sucking them off, maybe you need to look at these things and realize most of it's not review bombing. Most of it is genuine concern from people on your side as well. And that where people are just tired of this forced narrative of girl bosses and this and that, and we can't just have something fun anymore. It's always got to have a message. And people are just tired of it. If you want a message, that's fine, but you need to know how to make it subtle, not in your face like, "Oh, hey, look, I'm Riri Williams. I'm Tony Stark, but I'm better because I'm a strong black female and I'm going to put the men in their place." That's not subtle. That's in your face. But anyway, again, they could make a thing like this. They could make something like this and people would still eat it up and defend Disney. And Disney would continue because they have no reason to change. But anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.